Eala's stardom likened to Michael Jordan, Taylor Swift, Manny Pacquiao. Manila, Philippines, Eala has been turning heads not just with her play on the Women's Tennis Association Tour, but also with her ability to pack venues with fans wherever she plays and her overall fast-rising popularity. No wonder some pundits are likening the world number 31 player's stardom to that of star singer Taylor Swift, boxing icon Manny Pacquiao, and basketball legend Michael Jordan. At the Tennis Channel Live episode Monday in Manila, player-turned-analyst Jeannie Bouchard playfully replied, "Yeah, Taylor Swift," when asked about any women's star she remembers who gets the support Alex has been getting wherever she goes. Turning serious, the former world number 5 said Eala's stardom resembles that of former Indian tennis star Sania Mirza and even Filipino boxing great Manny Pacquiao. "I have to say a little bit of Sania Mirza. Back in her heyday, the Indian fans took to her and they followed her around the globe, but obviously not to this extent. I think the ceiling that Eala has is obviously that much higher. Maybe Manny Pacquiao, when he was at the top of his game and alongside Roger Federer, he actually had more prize money. So, I think if Eala can keep doing well with her tennis, who knows? Sky's the limit on the court, off the court, she could be rolling it if you will." Days earlier, four-time Grand Slam champ Kim Clijsters likened Eala's stardom to that of Michael Jordan. "A lot of players know her now, her strengths and weaknesses. So that's something that she's going to have to deal with as well, is to make sure that she can make her strengths become even stronger," Clijsters said on her Love All podcast. "But work on some of the weaknesses and deal with, this life of being, like Michael Jordan in the Philippines. People just think it's online, and it's in the news and everything, but it's not easy to, I think, to deal with, changes like that." The 20-year-old Eala gears up for debut at the Indian Wells slated from March 4th to 15th. Seeded 31st, Eala gets a first-round bye as she automatically secured a second-round berth. In every generation, sport produces a figure who feels larger than the arena, an athlete whose story transcends scorelines and statistics. For the Philippines, that feeling is beginning to gather around Eala. Her ascent has sparked comparisons not merely to great tennis players, but to icons whose names have become shorthand for excellence itself: Michael Jordan, Taylor Swift, and Manny Pacquiao. To liken a young tennis star to such towering figures may seem audacious. Yet stardom is not measured only by trophies, it is measured by resonance, the way a name can inspire a nation, energize a generation, and carry a story far beyond its origin. The Jordan parallel: excellence as identity. When people think of Michael Jordan, they think of supremacy. His career with the Chicago Bulls redefined what dominance looked like. 6 championships, 5 MVP awards, and a competitive fire so bright it seemed to burn through defenders. Jordan did not simply win. He transformed the standards of winning. Eala's journey carries the early echoes of that ethos. From her junior Grand Slam triumphs to her steady climb in the professional ranks, she embodies an athlete who refuses to be confined by geography or expectation. The Philippines is not traditionally known as a tennis powerhouse. Yet, like Jordan, who emerged from a basketball-saturated America and still managed to stand above the rest, Eala has chosen to compete on the sport's most demanding stage without apology. The Jordan comparison also lies in mentality. Jordan's legend is inseparable from his work ethic, his relentless pursuit of marginal gains, his almost mythic competitiveness. Eala's decision to train abroad, immerse herself in elite systems, and compete consistently against the world's best mirrors that mindset. Stardom, in this sense, is not accidental. It is built daily in quiet gyms and lonely practice courts. Jordan once turned the NBA into a global spectacle. Through his magnetism, children in distant countries wore Bulls jerseys and mimicked his fadeaway jump shot. Eala, too, is widening tennis's reach in Southeast Asia. In a region more captivated by basketball and boxing, she is planting the seeds of a tennis renaissance. Courts that once lay silent now echo with young players imagining their own Grand Slam dreams. The Swift effect: cultural presence beyond the stage. If Michael Jordan represents competitive transcendence, Taylor Swift represents cultural omnipresence. Swift's journey, from country prodigy to global pop phenomenon, has been defined not just by music but by narrative. She transformed personal storytelling into universal connection. Stadium tours became communal rituals. Albums became eras. Fans became movements. Eala's Stardom shares that narrative dimension. Each match is not just a contest but a chapter in a larger story. A Filipina athlete navigating the demanding circuits of international tennis, carrying with her the hopes of a nation of over 100 million people. Taylor Swift mastered reinvention, evolving her sound while retaining her authenticity. In tennis terms, reinvention means refining technique, adjusting strategies, and adapting to surfaces, from clay to grass to hard court. Eala's growth requires similar flexibility. To remain competitive, she must constantly evolve, just as Swift reshaped her artistry album after album. There is also the matter of connection. Swift's power lies in her bond with fans, a relationship that feels intimate despite global scale. Eala's appeal operates in a similar way. Filipinos see in her a reflection of themselves, resilience, humility, and determination carried with quiet grace. When she steps onto the court, it is not merely an athlete representing a flag, it is a story of possibility representing millions of personal aspirations. Swift turned concerts into shared experiences that transcended music. Likewise, Eala's matches are becoming communal events. Social media lights up. Screens gather families. Victories feel collective. Losses sting together. Stardom, in both cases, is participatory. The Pacquiao blueprint, a nation's hope. Of all the comparisons, the most emotionally charged is Manny Pacquiao. In the early 2000s, Pacquiao's fights were more than sporting events, they were national holidays. Streets emptied. Crime reportedly paused. For a few electrifying hours, the Philippines held its breath as Pacquiao traded punches in distant arenas. Pacquiao's ascent from poverty to global champion became a national parable. He was not only a boxer but a symbol of Filipino grit. His fists carried narratives of struggle and triumph that resonated far beyond the ring. Eala's rise, though unfolding in a different sport and era, carries a similar symbolic weight. Tennis demands global travel, mental fortitude, and solitary resilience. Each tournament abroad becomes a quiet act of representation. Each win signals that Filipino excellence can thrive in any arena, even one historically dominated by Western powers. Where Pacquiao fought in rings illuminated by Vegas lights, Eala battles under the sun of Roland Garros or the floodlights of hard courts around the world. Yet the emotional undercurrent is familiar: pride, unity, belief. Pacquiao taught a generation to dream audaciously. Eala extends that dream into new territory. She suggests that the Filipino athletic